In this video, I'm going to cover BlackBerry stock in terms of the overall movement right now at the moment. Today's June 14th, 2021. I'm going to cover up until June 18th as well, more specifically up until June 18th, but this video will cover past that in terms of the overall movement in essence. Now, it closed at $14.18 as of June 11th, 2021, and pre-market on June 14th, 2021 is $14.34, give or take here and there. Plus, we have earnings coming up for first quarter results in 2022 fiscal year on June 24th, 2021 on a Thursday after hours in 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Plus, we have the annual general meeting. It's going to be a virtual event on June 23rd, so a day before earnings on the Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time as well. You could check out this information on BlackBerry's investors website or BlackBerry's website in general, and the investors page also. And we're going to cover the overall movement first, and then I'm going to cover more specifically up until June 18th. So if we go to the 5-year chart right here, like I've shown in the past videos, here's the MACD line. This indicates if it's a bearish or bullish movement. So in terms of the 5-year movement, right now it is in the positive, so that's a great sign. It's bullish, so it's optimistic. To me, this is still just getting started. You can see when it gets started, hypothetically, actually, it got started here and technically never crossed over to negative. So from here, you could see from April or May of 2020, it started going up. And yeah, there's still down days. It's not like it's just a straight up no matter what. But if you entered here when it crossed over, you would have had a good entry point at around roughly about $4.28 and just kept on riding the wave all the way through. So does this mean it's going to just continue to the upside all the time? No, it could have down days as well. It could cross over to negative as well if it just drastically dropped. I'm not anticipating that, just given how the overall volume and movement has been going, plus earnings as well and all that stuff. So this to me is just getting started. We're still good. Again, doesn't mean that it's just going to go up all the time. It could have down days like you've seen here and then up days and all that stuff. Now, this takes a lot to move. I'm going to go to the 1-year chart. Now, this is the little iffy part. So because the 1-year chart it's still in the positive, it's still bullish, it's still good. The only problem is it is curving down. The bars are becoming light shade of green, plus going down in terms of size and all that stuff. So there is a chance it could go to the negative. And if it goes to the negative, then we could see temporarily a drop here and there. That's why in my past videos I've stated we could still see $13.50, $13, $12.50, and the low $12. There is a potential to get to the $11 price points. I think personally, I'm hoping that the 12 would hold. We have really good support at the low $12 price point, but there is a chance that we could get to the 11, and I'm anticipating if we do get to the 11 would hold. The only thing is though, so now if we go to the 3-month chart and the 1-month chart, if we could load up, perfect. Okay, so MACD line is in the positive. So in the 3-month chart, 3-month movement, it is bullish. It is technically somewhat started, but you could see it's a little bit potentially might be slowing down. There's something important I want to show. So the 1-month chart, same thing. MACD line is still in the positive. It's still bullish, so that's good. It's optimistic. But what has happened, and I think it could hold, hopefully, there's an upward trend support line right here. On the first touch point right here, not necessarily this, so this was a false breakout. Touch point right here, here, and here. And if you entered around here, so on the last trading day in June 11th, around the $13.60, you had a good entry point because it bounced off it, went up to the upside. Now it's not all like perfect right now. You're not in the clear yet because there's a downward trend resistance line right here. By the way, that I forgot, disclaimer like always, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a professional. Everything I do share with you is just my opinion. It is not advice. So please do your own due diligence and research before buying and selling. I also do own shares in BlackBerry, so be mindful of that too as well while I'm sharing the information. There's a downward trend resistance line dating back since January of 2021 with the all-time high peak right there. Plus, we touched it right about on June 3rd, 2021, if I'm not mistaken. Now, this only has 2 touch points. So this downward trend resistance line is technically not realistic yet until there's a 3rd touch point, but I'm anticipating it's going to cause issues as well. So right now, given the price we're at $14.18, for the downside, if you were anticipating, let's just say this upward trend support line, then you're basically looking at almost still touching $13 price point, probably 70, 13.80 here and there, depending on which day you get to it. So the downsides is that, but there's a 13.50, there's a $13 price point like I mentioned, the 12.50, the low $12 price points, more specifically 12.15, 12.18. but around that range. And then if it goes lower than that, I'll keep you updated in the future videos, but I'm going to cover the upside more importantly right now. So technically the max at the moment until June 18th, so I believe it's red about here. If you were to technically think that this downward trend resistance line is going to keep us down, I'm still optimistic overall. I think we're going to be good in the long term and somewhat relatively the short term, because earnings is around this week as well. So I think some things will happen, but in the meantime, for this week, I think there might be a little bit issues for just this week. So if you think that we're going to go up to the downward trend resistance line right off the bat and test it, then you're going to have issues around the $18. It says $18.25, but most likely it's going to be $18.30, $18.50, because there's horizontal resistance at that level, give or take. Then you're going to gradually, as you like, the longer you take to get up to it, let's just say within the next trading day, so June 16th, you get up to it here. It's going to cause issues around the 1790s and basically $18 for the most part, but 1790 and so on and so forth. So if you were to like basically ride this all the way down, then by the time we get to June 18th, you're going to have issues passing, let's just say till a close, around $17.30, give or take. So the almost low $17 price point, mid $17 price point. So the goal is to pass $18.50, I would say, essentially. But there's going to be levels to get up to that first. So right now at the level we're at, we're going to have to pass, when I measured it, it was like from horizontal resistance levels. There's $14.40, it's going to be resistance. $14.80 is going to be resistance. The strongest one, those I would say those are pretty strong. Is going to keep us down. But the one that's most important in terms of horizontal resistance is the $15 price point. Not only that, when I measured it, I'm not going to show it right now, I apologize, just because I don't have enough time. But there's a diagonal resistance line as well that meets with the horizontal resistance line, and that's around the low $15 price point. So the low $15 price point we got to pass is like $15.08. I saw a couple times $15, and like there's a bunch of them. So you could see with these moving averages as well, we're gonna have issues at $14.97, $15.03, give or take. This is on June 14th, 2021, but it obviously moves as we go, so it depends on all that. But got to pass low 15, then we're gonna pass mid 15, and then hit the low $16 price points. The low $16 price points is relatively easy to show right here. You can see horizontally, like a couple times bounced off here, and then here as well, and here as well. It shows like $15.97, $16.03, and all that stuff. But essentially you need to pass low $16. Then we're gonna have issues between $16.30 to $16.50, and I believe $16.80 was another horizontal resistance level. I'm trying to go through it quickly because these are all nice, but we want to pass this level right here, like I mentioned. So the next level is $17.30 to $17.50, around that price point. Yeah, there is resistance levels all the way from 14 to 18 to like the $17.30, $17.50 that I'm not mentioning, but these are the strong ones overall. Then after that, $17.30, $17.50, there might have been more in between. I forgot right now at the moment, but the main goal is we have to pass $18.30 to $18.50. I would say even passing $18.50 could be a false breakout. Like right here, it shows around $18.21 or whatever it was. I forgot what I mentioned, but essentially passing $18.50 is nice, but would have to sustain it. So let's just say if it does this quickly, just to visually show, let's just say if it spikes up quickly and then comes back down, that would just be a false breakout. That's not what we want to see. What we want to see is, let's just say even if it does go up dramatically, we would want it to like bounce off the downward trend resistance line and go up to the upside, and then basically at least stay there for quite a while, and then we'd be fine. Even if we came back down, it would show that we broke it, and then we could come back up to it again and then find a support level. I'm not sure what the support levels would be at right now at the moment. I would have to double check on that. Apologize, I didn't double check yet, but that's basically what we're looking for. But hopefully this video helps. I apologize for how quick it is. I don't have enough time at the moment, but I'll be releasing the earnings video soon, and a bunch of other videos. Hopefully you liked the video. Hopefully you found it helpful. If you did, consider dropping a like. It does help out the channel, so thank you so much for that. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask. I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. And also, if you like videos like this or other financial videos or other stock videos, consider subscribing so you'll be notified when I do upload those videos. Thanks again. See you in the next video. Peace.